There's an Imperial defector in Jeddah, a pilot. He's been held by Saw Gerrera. He's claiming the Emperor is creating a weapon with the power to destroy entire planets.
Welcome everyone, this is Master's Joke, also Master's Joke 75 on Instagram. So today I'm opening up Captain Cassian Andor from Rogue One. Now this was one of the figures that I got at Lame's closing down sale in St Evenage before they moved to the big Sports Direct in the Roaring Meg. Now I've been to that new Lame and it's rubbish, I've got to be honest, it's so disappointing. But this was, this was 50% off. So I got this Andor figure for £6.50, let your eyes be a guide. I think that's a great price. It's a really decent figure. I really enjoyed Rogue One. I'm a big Andor fan. It's my favourite Disney Plus Star Wars series. A lot of people have moaned that it's a bit slow, bit boring, but I love the pace of it. It's the most captivating Star Wars series that Disney have done. Very much like Blade Runner. I love the actually location filming that they use as well for the series. A lot of it's done in the UK. I think the majority of it's done in the UK, but it's just a wonderful series. But yeah, I mean, I couldn't say no. It's £6.50. So this is VC130. It's been out for a while. I love the back of the card backs now, which Hasbro have started doing. So you've got the colour, which is the same as the pill colour on the front. Bit of information about the figure, but I love that little touch because it was getting a bit boring. The vintage collection, you know, the back of the old box. I know it showed the wave, but it wasn't very interesting. And they need to do something like this with a retro collection, definitely, or at least make a start by showing you pictures of the actual wave. But I'm excited about the new Andor series, which starts on the 22nd of April 2025. And I also want to pick up the I've got them in the black series, you know, the Al-Hani mission Andor, where he's wearing the Imperial outfit, but he's got the wrong boots. So I've got the black series version, which I picked up from Lame, and he's got the correct moulded boots. But for some reason, or maybe it was a cost-cutting exercise, Hasbro decided to give him Shore Trooper boots. But he still looks really good, and I remember having a really good look at him when I went to the Collectomania Comic Con at Milton Keynes. It's a really good looking figure, so I'd like to definitely pick him up. But £6.50 for this guy, I think that's a really reasonable price. I did buy a few bits and pieces. I mean, that must be ages ago now since Lame closed down in St Evenage. But yeah, it's a pretty decent figure. He does look younger in the card back photo than he does in Andor, but that's life. But what I like about this figure is the amount of accessories you get. So if you actually have a look on the bubble, he's got his gun, but you can kind of extend it. So there's like extensions for the actual gun, which I think is a nice touch. You know, where he can, you know, you don't just get the handgun. You've got the you've got the option to make it into the kind of like rifle. So I do like that. It's very similar to Vel, who you might see in the background with the stormtroopers. She's got a really nice gun as well. Obviously she's from the Andor series. It's very delicate. But the black series version of Vel, which again I picked up from Lame, I think I went a bit over the top on their closing down sale. I still don't know how to pull out the end of her rifle. I don't know how to do it, so I'm just leaving it as it is because I don't want to get it broken. But with Andor, there is only one way to open him up, and it's like it was Christmas 1985. So let's do this. So if we have a look at him just in the bubble, yeah, it's a really decent looking figure. It really does look like him. His jacket looks a lot like Poe Dameron's. You know, Finn wears it. I know it's not the same. It's not the same jacket, but it does remind me of that. But yeah, it's a decent looking figure. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get him out of the bubble, and we'll have a proper look at him. Also look at his accessories, and then get him set up. Right, so here he is. I think he looks like a really decent figure. And as I say, I do like his jacket, but the silver paint applications on his jacket, on the kind of emblems, does look really nice. And he's got it on his belt as well. He's got his gun holster, which is a nice touch. I do like a gun holster, especially on the retro collection figures. That's like a bonus, in my opinion. He's got silver paint application on his boots as well. I think it's probably on the arms of his jackets, this kind of piping. I think that's what reminds me of Poe Dameron and Finn's jacket. But yeah, it's a fairly decent figure. The face sculpt, it isn't bad, but I think the Andor version, he looks better in the face. I mean, I don't own it, so I can't compare it, but I think it's a better face sculpt. It's, yeah, looking at it more closely, it's all right, but it's not the best face sculpt in the world. Yeah, it's alright, but yeah, it's not the best. He's got his Han Solo in carbonate shirt underneath there. But yeah, it's a really decent figure. Articulation. It's the standard vintage collection articulation, but it's alright. It's not delicate. You don't feel like he's gonna break, which is always a bonus. Yeah, I really like him. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna look at this gun, which I've not seen anything like it before, because it comes in 3 parts. We're going to have a look at his gun, and then we'll set him up, see what he looks like. Right, so I think this is going to be quite difficult to pick up. So this is his little handgun, and I've got to say, it does look really, really nice. But it is really small. It's hard to actually kind of pick it up on camera. But that's his handgun. So that goes in his holster. But then it comes with, I'll leave my hand there for the focus. Comes with the end of the gun, so that can kind of go on there. And then this is the back of the kind of rifle, which that part reminds me of Vel's gun. So I'm gonna put it all together, because I think I'd prefer it as if I'm going to display the Andor, I'd rather display him with the kind of rifle rather than, you know, just a handgun. But then it leaves his gun holster empty, so I don't know. But let me put this gun together and we'll have a proper look at it. And there is the gun. So it fits together quite easily, but it's a bit fragile because it's in 3 pieces. It is a bit fragile, again similar to Vel's gun. But if you're going to have it on display, you shouldn't have a problem. Very detailed. It's not bad plastic, but yeah, as I say, I think I prefer the kind of blaster rifle than the handgun. And you know, having it like this, you're not going to lose the parts either. So yeah, it does look good. Let's have a look at the other side. it's a nice idea. It's something I've not seen in Star Wars before. So yeah, that's not bad. So I'm gonna set the gun up on Andor, and we'll have a proper look. Right, I've got him all set up. I had the gun upside down. I had the barrel of the gun upside down. I've got, so this is the proper way it should have been. So it's probably easier to show you with Andor holding it. But I've got to be honest. I dropped the back of the gun on the floor. Nearly went underneath my my kitchen sink. In my fitted kitchen, I nearly lost it forever. Basically, it just dropped off the back, and I think I've got to say I think it's a ridiculous idea. What they should have done is given Andor a handgun and then an alternative rifle, just like they do with when they do a Jedi and they give them like a lightsaber, and then they give them a lightsaber hilt to go with it. Is this just another cost-cutting exercise? Because to me it doesn't work. It's so flimsy, and you can't really. I mean, so yeah, I've dropped part of it. I managed to get it before I lost it forever under the kitchen sink. But why can't they just done it in one piece of plastic? It's so fragile, and I can't do any. I wanted to do some gun poses, similar to what I've done with Vel. I mean, Vel's gun is fragile as well. She's now gone out of focus. So Vel's gun is really fragile. Obviously, she's from the Andor series, but at least you can pose her. Whereas, because Andor's gun is in like 3 parts, there's not really a lot you can do with it. So that is disappointing, and I'm also a little bit disappointed with his face sculpt. I don't think it's the best Hasbro have ever done. So yeah, so I mean, definitely. I mean, I love Andor. I think it's just a great series. I love the character, but this particular figure, it just doesn't. It's not as good as the. Is it? Oh, I've written it down. The old Hani mission from the Andor series when he's wearing the Imperial outfit. This figure just isn't as good as that one, and I still want to pick that one up. And the face sculpt just looks a million times better. So, on this particular figure, I mean, I know it was really cheap. £6.50, let your eyes be your guide. I mean, you can't argue with that. It's a great figure, but I'd give it 8 out of 10. And usually I'd give most figures 10 out of 10, but for this one, purely for the gun, it should have come with an alternative variation of the gun. So you've just got a handgun and you've got the rifle. None of this putting it all together, because it's just too fragile. They should have done that, and the face sculpt isn't the best. I'm just a little bit disappointed. Not too much. I mean, you can't argue £6.50. But yeah, 8 out of 10. Let your eyes be your guide. Highly recommended, especially if you can get it for that price. But I just don't think it looks like. Maybe I'm wrong, but it does. Now I'm looking at it. It does look like Andor. I've got to remember this is Andor from the movie. And not from the series. I don't know. Yeah, it does. I'm looking at it in a different light. It does look like Andor. I think what it is I prefer the Imperial Andor than this figure, but it still looks good. Oh, I'll give it 9 out of 10, and it drops a point purely for the gun. Yeah, it does look like Andor, but the gun is rubbish. But yeah, definitely pick it up if you get a chance. That is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It lets me know you care. Also helps the channel. I know it's been a little bit top heavy Doctor Who over the last few days, but there's just been a lot of Doctor Who stuff going on. But yeah, just getting back to opening my Star Wars figures. As I've mentioned, I want to get I've done a list for the wife of what I want. Whether she gets me those items for Christmas is a different matter. I got some really good stuff for my birthday back in September. But what I'm trying to do is, I've got so much stuff that I want to open, and I want to get that opened before I start buying any new stuff. And then this includes Andor, and I've got quite a few Star Wars figures that I've picked up, reduced over, probably over the last 12 months. Masters of the Universe figures as well, my Dungeons and Dragons, and also my Wonder Woman. I bought a couple of figures at the Collectomania in Milton Keynes. So yeah, I've got definitely loads of stuff coming. But yeah, that is the end of the video, and I will see you in the next one.